Welcome back. Today we're checking out one of PixelLab's most versatile generation tools, Create Small to XL Image Pro. This tool is basically your all-purpose pixel art generator. You can use it for landscapes, characters, wallpapers, buildings, game titles, and even full sets of character poses. So let's jump into Sprite and I'll show you how it works. First, I'm opening the PixelLab menu inside Sprite, and I'm going into the Create Image category. Here you'll see a few similar tools like Create Image Small to XL New and Create Image Medium to XL. But for this video, we're using the Pro version, Create Small to XL Image Pro. Once we open it, we get all the settings for the tool. The main thing to understand here is that you can guide the generation in a few different ways. You can use a style reference, which tells the model what kind of pixel art style you want. Or you can use concept images, which are more like subject references, so that a character design, a map, a clothing item, a color palette, a background, or basically anything you want the model to take inspiration from. The difference is important. A style reference should already be pixel art, and it should match one of these supported pixel sizes like 32 by 32, 64 by 64, 128 by 128, or 256 by 256. But a concept image can be any size because it's just there to tell the tool, hey, make something based on this idea. And then, of course, we have the description box, which is where we actually describe what we want. For the first example, I'm starting on a 128 by 128 canvas, and we're going to make a landscape. And because I'm Dominican, obviously I had to use a Dominican beach as inspiration. So I'm going to prompt a landscape of a Dominican beach. Now, before I generate, I'm going to quickly show these style reference settings. When we use a style reference, these settings help control how much it copies things like the color palette, outline style, level of detail, and shading technique from the reference. But for this first one, I'm not using a style image. I just want to generate a nice landscape from the prompt. And since this is a full beach scene, I'm turning off Remove Background. There's also an advanced options section. When you open it, you can see things like the seed number. That's useful when you want to recreate or control a generation later, but we're not going to use it right now. Now let's hit generate. And look at that, we got 4 different beach landscapes, and they all have a slightly different vibe. The number of outputs depends on your canvas size. For 16 by 16 and 32 by 32, you get 64 frames. For 64 by 64, you get 16 frames. 128, you get 4 frames. And for 256 by 256, you get 1 frame. So basically, smaller canvases give you more variations, and larger canvases give you fewer, more detailed outputs. Next, let's try a completely different use case, character concepts. Here I have an image with 4 anime-style characters. They're not pixel art, but that's fine because I'm not using this as a style reference. I'm using it as a concept image. So I click Add Reference, select that image, and now the tool can use it as inspiration for the character designs. For the prompt, I'll write front-facing, full-body idle pose characters, top-down perspective, funny-looking character design. And this time, I'm turning Remove Background on because I want the characters as clean sprites without a full background behind them. Now we generate. And look at these, we got a whole set of pixel art characters based on the concept image, but now they actually fit into a game-ready pixel art style. This is super useful when you have a mood board, a sketch, an anime reference, a costume design, or even just a rough idea, and you want to turn it into pixel art. Next, let's use a style reference instead of a concept image. Here I have this pigeon man wearing a New York outfit, and I want the next generations to match this style. So I click Set Style and use this sprite as the style reference. Now, instead of copying the exact character, the tool is going to try to match the style, palette, shading, and overall look. For For the prompt, I'm asking for different humanoid animals wearing New York street fashion. And since we're working in a 64 by 64 canvas, we're going to get 16 frames. So that means 16 different character ideas. Let's generate. And this is where the tool gets really useful. We're not just getting one character, we're getting a whole lineup of characters that feel like they belong in the same world. This is perfect for NPCs, enemy variations, shopkeepers, party members, background characters, or just quickly exploring a bunch of designs before choosing your favorite. Now let's try using 2 concept images at the same time. For this one, I'm using one image as the character reference and another image as the background reference. The goal is more like a wallpaper or a key art image. And as you can see, I'm using a wider canvas here, 256 by 128. So you're not locked into square images. You can also work with different aspect ratios depending on what you're making. For the prompt, I'm writing wallpaper of the girl walking through the purple city. Now we generate. And look at that. We get this really nice wide pixel art scene with the character and the environment combined into one image. So this is a good use case for wallpapers, thumbnails, splash art, visual novel scenes, game backgrounds, loading screens, or promo art. Now let's combine both methods. This time I'm going to use one character as the style reference, and I'm going to use our blue girl as the concept image. So the concept image tells the tool what the subject should be, and the style reference tells it what visual style to use. This is really powerful when you want to redesign a character into a specific pixel art style. For the prompt, I'm writing cat girl with a blue outfit, different poses, idle, hurt, about to punch, mid-walk, mid-run, jump, action poses, same character design. Now let's generate. And look at that. We get a bunch of different states for this new character, but they still follow the style we provided. This is one of my favorite use cases. You can quickly create pose sheets or animation starting points for a character. You could use this for idle poses, walking frames, attack poses, hurt frames, jumping frames, death states, or basically any state your game character needs. You'll probably still want to clean them up and refine them, but as a starting point, this is really fast. Next up, I'm going to show that you don't always need a concept image or a style reference. You can also just prompt from scratch. For example, I'll prompt a beautiful Japanese house made out of marble, top-down front-facing house, Egyptian symbols, gold details, pixel art. And now we generate. And look at that. The tool can handle buildings too. You can use it for houses, shops, temples, props, landmarks, objects, environment pieces, and random game assets. It's a pretty versatile tool. You can do a lot with it as long as your prompt is clear. Another fun thing you can do is make text titles. So for example, I'm going to prompt a text title for a game called Kawaboom. Japanese-styled letters, fire coming out of the letters, letters made out of magma. Let's generate. And look at that. You can even use this for game logos or title screens. This is great for game jam projects, prototypes, YouTube thumbnails, title cards, or just testing visual directions for a game idea. So that's Create Small to XL Image Pro. This tool is really good for brainstorming, prototyping, and generating a lot of game-ready ideas really quickly. If you found this helpful, like the video, subscribe for more PixelLab tutorials, and let me know what tool you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.